Hello, everybody. I'm Joshua Levine, store manager of MarineMax St. Petersburg, and today we are continuing to celebrate our celebration of boating. And as a reminder, that's going on throughout the 13th, throughout Sunday. And each day we're highlighting a different brand and style of boating. And today is Sea Ray Day, so it's a very exciting day. It's one of our major brands here at MarineMax. And on top of being Sea Ray Day, we've got savings and incentives on all the brands. And so we invite you guys to look at MarineMax.com, either online or here at the store in the local area. We'd be glad to answer all your questions. In regards to questions or comments, please, as we talk here, use the chat feature. Reach out to us if you've got any questions on any certain models or promotions. We've got people standing by that would love to answer those questions for you. So without further ado, today, very pleased to announce we've got the Director of Sea Ray Sales for North America, Mr. Rich Regal. How's it going, Rich?
Doing great, Joshua. How you doing today?
Hey, doing well. It's still sunny and hot and good boating weather out there, so all is good, right?
Yes, indeed.
Well, thanks for joining us on the celebration of boating. As mentioned, today's Sea Ray Day. So with that being said, what can you tell us a little bit about Sea Ray this year? What's new and exciting?
Yeah, you know, a little bit of everything as we, you know, as the season started this year, we had, you know, kind of the world pandemic came around us. Nobody really knew what to expect. And for us in the boating industry, it's been a blessing, not just because business has been good, but it's really helped us remember and reconnect with why we boat. And one of the things that this has caused is people to have a new focus and a renewed energy around family and friends and boating in the great outdoors. So you add this environment to it, and while it's, you know, everybody kind of steps back and says, oh, 2020's been 2020, for us in the boating industry and those that love boating, it's been great. And it's allowed us to truly understand why we boat. So you take the product out of it, you take the business environment out of it. This has allowed us all to reset and just remember why we go boating. And I've probably put more hours on my boat this year than I have in a lot of years past because we've had the ability to be able to do it. So it's been great.
That's awesome. You know, it's a good reminder, and I reminded my staff of how fortunate we are to be in this industry. You know, a lot of people, I can tell you firsthand, you know, you go kind of stir crazy in the house with the kids and the family, and literally they just want to get out and go do something. So it's neat to literally offer that vessel that allows the families to get out there, reconnect. And, you know, a neat thing about boating is boating today looks identical to what it did last year or 2 or 3 years. You don't have to wear a mask. You know, you're out in the great open outdoors, good family time. So, yeah, it's definitely an exciting time to be in the biz.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with a lot of excitement and increased usage going on, I mean, I've seen that firsthand here at the store. You guys have a lot of exciting and new models coming down the pipeline. Really, we're looking at boats that are kind of tailoring to the west coast of Florida during this celebration of boating. And I tell you, the SPX series, that SDX series is really popular. What can you tell us a little bit about that series?
Yeah, so the SPX series, that's the family fun sport boats. That's 19 feet, 21 and 23 feet, all available in outboard. So for those of you on the coast there on the west coast, it's a great boat to be able to pull up to the sandbar, to be able to get your engine up out of the salt water, makes maintenance super easy, and it really makes Sea Ray accessible to just about everybody. The Sea Ray brand, you know, typically you think of Sea Ray as this brand that in some cases maybe I can or can't afford a Sea Ray. The SPX series allows everybody the ability to access Sea Ray. So it's a great family boat, and it doesn't compromise style, it doesn't compromise performance, and it's built by the same hands that build all of the larger Sea Rays as well. So the SPX series is a great way to be introduced to the Sea Ray family, but we also find a lot of our Sea Ray owners, once they're into an SPX, they stay with the SPX. Some people don't need the larger boats. So the SPX series, great boats, very affordable, and all available in stern drive and outboard. You mentioned the SDX series. Now that's a boat that's built for taking more people, more gear, and really extending the day on the water. So with SDXs, we make it in a 25-foot, a 27-foot, and a 29-foot. And again, all available on outboard. So it's a great boat to pull up to the sandbar, get into the shallow areas, and again, great for easy maintenance. One of the really nice things that we did with the SDX series, and we've heard it from customers over the last couple of years, especially in your market, is we need more sun coverage. So one of the great things that we did on the 2021s in the SDX series is you have an all new tower and expanded sun coverage with the new canvas package that's on the SDX series. So some great options for boaters in your areas there.
Nice. You know, you mentioned a couple words there about Sea Ray, and just as a brand in general, style, performance, that really says a lot about a lot of the different models in your brand, doesn't it?
That's really the essence of who Sea Ray is. When you know, internally we have our 5 pillars and we focus on the styling of the boats. We like to refer to some of it as effortless performance, the meticulous craftsmanship. You know, when you think of a Sea Ray, that is the top of the food chain in the boating world. And so whether it's you're talking about a brand now that's over 60 years old. So when you think about the community of folks that have been able to experience Sea Ray and for what they are, from the beginning back now 61 years ago, Sea Ray, there's always been an affinity for Sea Ray if you've ever been in and around boats at all.
Yeah, you know, it's great. It's great to offer that brand, and you know, it's along with the styling and the performance and the support, which definitely can't be underestimated. But it's great to just have such an iconic brand to be associated with, and that'll pay dividends, you know, throughout the ownership experience, time of trade-in. But as you mentioned, Sea Ray is just one of those iconic brands that have been around for so long, and you guys are experts at what you do. So you're not just capitalizing on all this increased demand, starting to ramp up boat building. You know, you guys truly have something from very entry-level 19 SPX, you know, all the way up to the, 40-foot, which we'll talk about here in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that you just mentioned is the support after the sale. We could build the best boat on the planet and it wouldn't matter without our dealer partners. And that's why it's so great to partner with you folks there at MarineMax. And particularly, I get great feedback from the locations on the west coast of Florida. Seldom does my phone ring. And in fact, I can't remember the last time my phone has rang and said, I've had a poor experience with one of your dealers on the west coast of Florida. So I want to thank you guys for what you do for our customers, because without you supporting our customers every day, it doesn't matter how great a boat that we build. It doesn't matter the name that's on it. It's the service that's after the sale. It's that ownership experience. They're going to buy the boat once. They're going to use the boat, hopefully every day, if not every weekend. And that's going to require you being able to take care of them after the fact. So it's great to partner with MarineMax and with you folks, because you guys take great care of our customers.
Well, I appreciate that. And that definitely goes both ways, because you guys stand behind your product real well. I mean, I know my team is constant contact with your team as well. And, you know, we say it all the time that sales will sell the first boat, but it's service that truly sells the second, third, and fourth. And I tell you, you know, with that Sea Ray brand, it is truly one of those brands you can move somebody up every 2 to 3 feet as they grow and evolve with their different boating lifestyles. So, you know, they might get in at that 19 or 23 footer, but, you know, every year or 2 years, we regularly trade in people or trade them out of their boat. And it's great to just stay within that brand. And it's neat to see how many people come in saying, hey, I'm on my 5th Sea Ray. I'm on my 6th Sea Ray. And that goes a long way with people.
Yep. Yeah, we, you know, I talked to a lot of people before the world changed and we were at boat shows and out in dealerships and doing a lot of customer events. You know, very seldom do you run across somebody that's just on their first Sea Ray. Generally, they're, to your point, they're on their 2nd, 3rd, or 4th Sea Ray. And if they are on their first Sea Ray, they're usually telling me about what their next Sea Ray is going to be. So it is a great brand to be a part of.
Very cool. So if somebody's in an SDX and an experienced boater, but now they're looking to get maybe the next style up with a little bit more innovation and styling, what category are we in, Rich?
Yeah, so once you move from the SDX, you go to the SLX family. So SLX that's the luxury line with all of the appointments and details to the next level. Small things like stainless steel caps across the windshield. It's extra stitching within the vinyl. It's a different foam configuration that's in it. So it's more like being in your living room versus being in the cockpit of a boat. It's once you move to the SLX series, it really is what we refer to as orchestrated excellence. It is the next level of trim detail. Now, what I will say is it's built in the same factory as the SDXs and the SPXs, built by the same people, same components, same workmanship that's in them. It's just another trim level up when you go to the SLX series.
And that trim level is not to be understated because it's phenomenal. The flagship of that line is the 400 SLX, and that boat there is incredible with the intuitive helm station, the digital dash, the fold-down swim platform. Rich, what do you got to say about the flagship there?
Yeah, the SLX 400, we launched it a number of years ago. I was lucky enough to be part of that launch. We actually launched at the New York City Boat Show. And from the day that we announced that boat, it became a showstopper. It's been awarded Boat of the Year twice since it was released less than 4 years ago. It's now available in outboard power, so it now comes standard with triple 300 outboards, which will take you to the low to mid 50s from a speed. But you can also option that up to the new SLX 400R package with triple 450 horsepower race engines, and that's going to take you up to the mid 60s. So that's a great boat. And when it was introduced, it was kind of a crossover boat. It's a very large day boat, bow rider, so it is an open bow boat, but it's unique that it's got a cabin down below. So in addition to being able to seat 22 people on the top side, so you can bring all your friends and family with you, you can also overnight below and comfortably sleep 4 below deck. So it's a great boat. It is what we call the entertainer because it is just that. You can equip it with multiple grills, refrigerators, wine coolers. It's even got storage for 2 paddle boards inside the hull of the boat, so you're not having to strap stuff to the outside of the boat. So it is a showstopper. So it's a great boat.
Oh, that's awesome. I did have the fortunate opportunity a couple weeks ago to take the family out on a 400 SLX outboard right here locally to Egmont Key. And it was absolutely phenomenal. So it's great to put the swim platform down, anchor right back up to the beach, let the kids jump off of it. We didn't have 20 on board by any means, but, you know, it definitely held about 6 or 7 comfortably. But you're right. It was a showstopper, you know, just hanging out there on the beach. I couldn't tell you how many people are commenting on the boat saying, hey, awesome looking boat, great design. Man, look at that patio door down in the water. So it was neat to have that experience.
Yeah, it's one of those boats that a lot of unique features to it. You mentioned the fold-down swim terrace on the back. So even in the outboard configuration, typically when you go to outboards, the biggest drawback to an outboard is I'm losing some of that social space and access to the water. But with the 400, you fold down the side of the boat. Now you still have great access to the boat. It's got the convertible swim deck on the back as well with the sun pad. So you swing your back pad open. Now you've got this great open space. So it's like having the deck of your house, but out there on the water. So great vessel.
That's great. So we talked a little bit about the pandemic, and it's been great for business, obviously, this year. Inventory is a little bit slim, but for those that have not purchased, or maybe you guys purchased a boat early on in the year, or maybe you've had a boat for a year or two, it's a perfect time to trade up. Trade in, trade up. There's a lot of that going on right now, but what we've really seen a spike in is custom orders. So, you know, it used to be you come to here at the dealership, what we had in inventory is pretty much what you had to choose from. But now a lot of our new walk-in clients, we have some limited availability, but here's the perfect opportunity to custom order the boat in every little detail that you would like on how do you want the specific colors on the hull sides, you know, different types of upholstery or options. Rich, I'm sure you've seen quite a bit of an uptick in custom order boats, haven't you?
We have our what we call a special instruction process, and I worked through a lot of them. In fact, was dealing with a couple this morning to where you can choose specific engine options, or if you've got a different configuration that you may want. A lot of it, to your point, is around hull side colors. People like to have a boat that is not just a color they can live with, but it's the color that they're in love with. And we offer a wide range of colors, and we've added some new colors this year. We've got the new Kingfisher teal, as well as we've got a new green as well, and a new blue as well. So we've got some great new color options this year. So it's real simple. They can come down and see you. They can go online. They can build. They can use our custom configurator. build the boat exactly the way that you want it. And then you just tell me how that customer wants the boat, and that's the way we'll build it for them. And that right now, that's what a lot of customers are doing. To your point, there's not a lot of inventory that's out there. So they're making sure they're securing their build spot. So when the season continues, they've got their brand new boat, not just a new boat, but a boat exactly the way they wanted it spec'd out.
Great point. You know, I was just going to touch on that. If you haven't had a chance to check out Sea Ray's Build a Boat feature, it's incredible. It's very clean. It's intuitive. You get nice pictures of all the different options. So I encourage you guys to check that out on searay.com. And then obviously for in-store availability, everything is kept up to speed at MarineMax.com as well. So Rich, as we approach the end of the year here, this is our last celebration of boating. Anything else exciting going on with Sea Ray, or what we can keep an eye out for looking forward?
Yeah, I can tell you that while the world around us is kind of shut down, what hasn't shut down is Sea Ray and our R&D efforts for the future. So I won't give you any details, but I will tell you that the first 60 years was a great start for Sea Ray. And I can tell you in the near future, in the years to come, a lot of exciting times here at Sea Ray. We're not going to rest on our laurels where we're at, building great boats like the 400 and the Sundancer line. We're not going to stop there. We're going to continue to innovate. We're going to continue to build great boats that people just stop and awe at when you see it at the dock. And we want to make sure that when you see the Sea Ray on the horizon, you know it's a Sea Ray. So we've got some great things coming in the not too distant future as well. But I hate that you say it's the last celebration of summer because I refuse to give up on summer. We're going to continue to boat as long as we can this year. And so the later we can stay out and the earlier we can start, the better off we are. So.
All right, so let me re-clarify that. So it's boating season out there. It's Christmas time and we're out boating, right? And that's one of the great things about boating in the west coast of Florida. And although it might be our last celebration of summer, we're going to celebrate boating till the end of the year, no doubt. So with that being said, if you haven't had a chance to join one of our mini MarineMax getaways or rendezvous, it's one of the perks of owning a Sea Ray, and you gain access to great getaways that we do, great owner rendezvous that we do all along the west coast of Florida. So we encourage you guys to get active in that, and that's a great opportunity for you to mingle with other boaters, find other people with boats like yourself, see what they did to their boat, how they customize it, where they like to go boating. And it's just always neat when you get fellow group of boaters that are like-minded together, and it creates a lot of good friendships. Rich, I'm sure you've seen a lot of good get-togethers like that.
Yeah, that's the great thing about being part of the Sea Ray Club, if you will. It's kind of like, you know, when you see two Jeeps pass each other, they wave. When you see two motorcycles pass each other, they wave. Sea Ray people are the same thing. When you become a Sea Ray owner, when you become part of the Sea Ray and MarineMax family, it gives you not only exclusive access to the Sea Ray Owners Club that we house internally, but your MarineMax events as well. But you become part of that brotherhood and part of that family of Sea Ray when you're out on the water. So when you see a Sea Ray that's anchored out in the cove, you can feel pretty comfortable that they're probably okay to hang out with. So.
All right, so maybe I might wave at you if I see you hanging out in the cove, right?
Exactly.
You know, you mentioned support early on and seeing other boaters out there, and that's, you know, it's another great advantage of the Sea Ray brand, especially with MarineMax. I mean, we've got 60 locations, and the majority of them are right here in Florida, but I mean, they extend all the way, you know, inland and then all the way up the northeastern seaboard. But that's also some great peace of mind that our customers share, is because as they evolve in boating, you know, they might start off in a little SPX series, but once they move into such as a larger SLX or a Sundancer, maybe they want to stay out a night, you know, or stay in a marina. And they've got the peace of mind to travel all the way down the west coast of Florida, for instance, and they can stop in any MarineMax store. We know who you are. We're familiar with the boats, and that goes a long way. And I'm sure as a brand, that means a lot for you guys.
Yeah, it's great for, you know, I get the question a lot when I talk to customers is, why should I buy a Sea Ray? And typically it's the service after the sale. When you look to your point you can start up in the panhandle of Florida, you can come all the way down, you can go all the way up the eastern seaboard, and you're never going to be far from a MarineMax dealer that's going to be able to take care of you. So again, it's that service after the sale that really makes the brand strong. We're only as strong as the boat that we build. but without you guys continuing to support our owners, and that's really where the difference is made.
Awesome. Rich, can't thank you enough. It's a great brand, very excited. We sell a lot of Sea Rays, so we're passionate about our Sea Rays here. They're very conducive to the west coast of Florida and all the different sandbars and the shallow water and the type of sporty boating that we do around here. So keep up the good work. And as mentioned before, we've got great incentives, great savings right now. Get in on this celebration of boating going to the 13th, ending on Sunday. Give us a call. Visit us online. You can request a virtual showing on a boat if you can't make it down to the dealership. We can do it all online, do it over FaceTime, for example, or come down to the dealership. We've got a full staff waiting to see you down here as well. Love to give you a walkthrough on all the different boats. And with that being said, Rich, would you like to have any final words or say anything else?
Just you mentioned the online options as well. We just updated all of our website for all the 2021 models. So there's lots of virtual tours, 360 tours. You'll get a chance to meet Joey Sharp doing a lot of walkthroughs online as well as a ton of new images on all the new colors, all the new seating configurations, the new towers. So all the information can be found on our website as well. And we appreciate you taking great care of our customers and look forward to seeing some names come across as we bring them down the plant and know exactly whose boat we're building. So
you got it. Hey, it's fun taking care of the customers, right?
Absolutely. Well, without customers, it'd just be us in the boat business, and would take us too long to be out of business. We love our owners, we love our customers, and we know we got to take care of them if we want them there in the future. So
you got that right. So once again, Celebration of Boating goes through this Sunday, the 13th. Visit us online, come on down, or MarineMax.com or SeaRay.com. Check us out, and love to see you there. And thanks for joining us. Thanks, Rich.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate the time.